We are back in the Victorian High Country. After leaving Craig's Hut, we continued along the Clear Hills track, heading for the summit of Mount Stirling. Dad had left us in his MUX, he needed to start making his way home, and Kai and I were on our own for the last couple of nights of the high country trip. The track was in pretty good condition when we drove it, nothing too hard, but some good fun low range hills in there. But it had recently been graded only a few months ago, and I've since spoken to a couple of other four-wheel drivers, and they said that the previous summer, about a year ago, the track was completely different. You needed lockers, big lift, big tyres to get up there. Which just goes to show the changing conditions of these high country tracks. If I drive a track one summer, it may be completely different the next summer. So you definitely need to keep that in mind when you come into these places. Drive through some really nice bushland for a while, and then you emerge up the top of the mountain for that final K or so with just spectacular views all around you. Made it to the top of Mount Stirling. What do you think of it up here, Kai? Yep, loves it. Welcome to Mount Stirling summit, an altitude of 1,749 metres above sea level. That Clear Hills track up here was awesome. Nothing too hard, just a good low range steep climb up here. And then what a view from up the top. Wow. There's Mount Buller over there. And then you can just see everything all around you. Wow. About 6 o'clock. We're just going to camp off this Clear Hills track tonight down off the summit of Mount Stirling. There's a few little campsites. You can't camp up the top main area, I don't think, but once you come back down there's a few little side areas you can camp. We're just on the edge of the bush here. A few fireplaces and that where people have been camping. But amazing up here, all the views around you and everything. Should be a good afternoon. I'm not going to put up the awning tonight, I'll just do the swag, because last time I put up the awning on top of that Mount Murray, that's when that big wind blew up in the night and blew it apart. It's painful, so I'll just have the swag only. I think the weather's pretty clear tonight. We've had such good weather on this high country trip. It's been like the odd moment, a bit of rain and a couple of storms and that, but generally there's low wind, sunshine, nice temperature. It's been perfect. The other thing I just want to quickly mention is tyre pressures. I think that's the biggest tip when coming out the high country, is lower your tyre pressures. A lot of the tracks are so rough. It'll be easier on your car. It'll be a lot smoother ride, and you won't wear out the tracks as much. You won't be spinning wheels just digging out the tracks. I'm generally running mine about 15-16 psi. It works good for my car. Always run my tyres around that pressure off road. I've never rolled a tyre off a bead. Never done any damage, anything like that. It's always worked well. If you have a heavier cars, your heavier patrols and Land Cruisers, you do normally stick a little bit higher, maybe up around that 18-20, but the lighter cars, 16's good. But yeah, definitely lowering your tyre pressure. I ran into some people and they were asking, oh, should we lower our tyres? They were running at 35 on these rough tracks. I was thinking, that's insane. What a spot, hey Kai?
No.
Kai's having a terrible time because the smoke from the fire keeps getting him and he's getting harassed by flies. Is that why? So beautiful up here. There's no wind. The wind's all fully gone away. Back down off the top of the mountain a bit, so you're out of the wind. So still up here, peaceful, no one around. It's perfect. How's this for a spot? Wow. It was a great camp up here last night, just down off that Mount Stirling. So peaceful, there was hardly any wind. Super nice up here, so many stars all around as well. You just got views around you, around the mountains all around you, can just see everywhere, it's so good. Today I think we're gonna come back out this monument track and come down, check out this Bindaree Falls. Come down here, take this 16-mile jeep track and make our way over through, probably camp somewhere over here tonight. The monument track was similar to the Clear Hills track in the fact that it had been recently graded, so it wasn't anything too hard, just some good low range. And in the direction we did it from Mount Stirling, it was all downhill. From here, we headed towards Bindaree Falls. Made it to Bindaree Falls, just making the walk up there now. This is Bindaree Falls, cool little spot here. Bindaree Falls is an awesome little spot. You can walk right in under the waterfall there and have a look around. We were hoping to have a swim, but they had fences up there and signs saying they didn't want people going in under the waterfall. After the falls, we headed further down into the valley, down to Bindaree Flat, where the 16-mile jeep track begins. It's a cool little spot there. They've got a hut, camping ground, and a river there for a swim. After the falls, we continued down the mountain to Bindaree Flat, It's a big nice open camping area here. You got a nice river there. Got Bindaree hut. Gonna have a bit of a break here for a bit. Have a swim, check out the hut, and then we're going to continue up 16-mile jeep track.
You gotta write date, name, comment. You gotta write your postcode. So what do I write? Hey Dad, this is what Pa wrote, right?
Head up 16-mile jeep track. "16-mile jeep track started off as a nice cruisy drive, nothing in there to worry about. There are a couple of sections that possibly in the wet would get slippery, that is when things might change a bit on you, but in the dry, very easy drive. After not too long, we hit Pikes Flat, which is another awesome campground there. Big open area, we're the only ones there, so you would have had the whole place to yourself. They got another hut there you can check out, you got the river to swim in, good little area. After relaxing there for a little while, having some lunch, we continued along the 16-mile jeep track. That first K or two after Pikes Flat, there was so many awesome swimming spots all along the river there. Big open holes with these little waterfalls flowing into it. The track starts to become more of an interesting drive after Pikes Flat as well. You got a couple of good steep hill climbs as you head up the mountain range. Once we hit the top of 16-mile jeep track, we turned right and headed all the way back down into the valley towards Howqua Hills historical area. And there you've got a heap of campgrounds and a heap of swimming spots. Getting the massage. It's quite a busy area through there. Lots of campgrounds, but there is also a lot of people. It was quite a hot day and we were very keen for a swim. We actually found a nice little spot to ourselves along the road there. It was called Tunnel Bend where we were, and there was actually an awesome little cave you could walk in underneath the mountain there. Cool little swimming spot too. Such an awesome little spot for a swim here. It's so hot today, very hot. A couple of rounds driving in the car and then you're so keen for a swim. That 16-mile jeep track, that was a good little hill climb up to the top there. Then we turned right onto Bluff Link Road, I think it was. We pretty much just followed that. It was kind of a main road all the way down the mountain, back down to the valley. You could see Mount Buller back up there in the distance, pretty much coming into the valley, kind of trying to make our way out of this high country. So we just stopped beside the sign of this tunnel bed. We came down here and there's that cool tunnel there you can walk through underneath the cliff. And awesome swimming spot here. The water's so much warmer as well. Where we've been, the water's been really cold. This water's really warm. I don't know what I was doing.
Well, it literally satisfying saying the word tunnel bed. How did you not know?
Whoa.
What?
Do we need a better torch? It goes all the way at the end there.
Oh, it's so dark you can't even see anything. That's like pointless. Oh wow, cool. Okay, if this is a water snake, at least you'll get bitten first.
Oh yeah.
Pointless.
Well, it's just a big long tunnel all the way up and you can see the upper end right up there. There's a sign saying Tunnel Bend, little stairs, and then there's this massive tunnel all the way through the cliff with the river flowing through it. It's crazy. Are you going up there?
Yeah, of course. My camera.
It's so cold in here.
I'm not that cold. So people move. You know, it's cold, but I don't know.
After exploring that cool little cave, we took on the Howqua Hills track, had a couple of good steep climbs in it. From there we headed all the way through to the GOULBURN River to camp for the night. After that 16-mile jeep track, we just followed these tracks through here, and then this is all sort of a main road down the river here. Beautiful river, heaps of nice camp spots. That's where we had a swim somewhere along there. And then we came up here and we did this Howqua, I don't know how you say that word, Howqua Hills track. That was a pretty fun little track. It's just a steep climb all the way up to the top here. And then after that, we just headed out this Steiner's Road out into Howqua, and then down through Jemison. And now we're camped down along here tonight on the way, heading all the way through to we're heading to Woods Point tomorrow. Just camped along this river here somewhere. There's heaps of nice little spots along here. This is our last night of the trip, and then we're heading into Melbourne tomorrow to pick Kayla up from the airport and spend a night in Melbourne, and then we're heading off for the Great Ocean Road. We've got a nice little spot to ourselves here. There's heaps of spots all along this. There's bigger campgrounds where there's toilets, and then there'll be, you know, the big areas, and there's a few people in them. We've just got a spot to ourselves here, and then the river's just down there. We're gonna get some petrol.
What are you doing?
That's the end of another high country trip. Awesome trip. Oh, we've gone about 8 or 9 days. After we camped last night, we followed the main road all the way through to Woods Point. Never been here before. Just so many tracks on the mountains all around you as you're coming through there. Heaps of nice campsites. Now we're going to keep going, make our way back into Melbourne. Did you have a fun trip, Kai? What was your favourite part of the trip? We'll air up the tyres here and then head off